Brought to you by the Spring Games, the largest college softball event in the world. Catch all the action at thespringgames.com.
So how did you get started in softball?
I think it came from growing up playing softball my entire life. I had a great career in college, and I gained a lot of respect from my coach in college, and she kind of pointed me in the direction of wanting to get into coaching.
What college was that?
Ohio Northern University.
Okay.
I previously coached there, so made the trek over to Ashland this year as my first year. So everything has been great so far.
Cool. Tell us about your first year at Ashland.
It's been really good. The girls have been really welcoming. They've been awesome. And I think we're just really trying to get to know each other as a team and get to grow and learn and kind of mature as a group together so that we can accomplish our goals that we want to.
Okay, cool. I was going to wait till the end for this, but since you're kind of bringing it up now, you're doing pretty good at the spring games here, right?
Yeah, we're doing all right.
Pretty good record?
Yeah, we're doing all right.
And you're playing Grand Valley.
Yes.
Okay, and I heard you guys already played once already, right?
We did.
And
we did not fare well.
It was not a favorable outcome.
No, it was not.
However, you've been doing really good this tournament, so if you can get them, you can beat them today, I think it puts you in good standing. So tell me how you feel about it.
Yeah, it would be a really good win for us. The biggest thing for us with this tournament is that we just want to get to know our players and see what they do in tough situations, pressure situations, see how they're handling that adversity, and kind of seeing what we got. Our team has been stepping up in a lot of different ways. So stepping up today and taking one from Grand Valley would be huge for us.
So tell us about one of your greater or biggest obstacles you had in your life, either playing or getting into coaching or some sort of obstacle related to softball that you had to overcome and kind of face.
This one's a little bit personal to me.
Good, those are the best ones.
I actually had, my grandfather was probably my biggest fan growing up. In my senior year of college, he unfortunately passed away. And so I think that it was huge for me to come out and kind of play for him and know that I was able to kind of do it and make him happy with him watching down on me. So I think that was one of the more personal ones that really affected me as a player. And I would say as a player, I was someone that didn't get affected by a lot. I would just kind of go out and do my thing. I knew that I could do it. But that was one that really... I really had to fight through that my senior year, and that was tough for me because he was a big part of my life, and so that was something that I had battled through that whole entire year.
Wow. Okay, so the next one is like favorite memory. So I'm sure something like that comes in with him watching you play and stuff. Talk to us about one of your favorite memories.
Yeah, playing wise,
or just softball.
Favorite memory.
We'll do playing wise because we can get into some coaching stuff in a minute.
Okay. Playing wise, my favorite memory would probably be I played at Ohio Northern. We had always battled with DePaul and Trine. We ended up going to DePaul for regionals. I was a sophomore. No, I was a freshman. And I was having a pretty good season. They had an All-American pitcher who was kind of holding our team down. We ended up getting runners on second and third. They walked our number 4 hitter in front of me to get to me. So bases were loaded, 2 outs, and I ended up hitting a grand slam.
That's awesome.
And we ended up winning the game 4-3.
That is the best.
So that was probably one of the memories that sticks with me for a while.
I don't blame you. I do not blame you. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there anyone in your softball career that was a mentor or pivotal to you and encouraging you to kind of do better and get better and where you're at now?
As a player, it was always my head coach when I played at Northern for my first 2 years, Annette Shepard. She was probably the best coach I ever had. She pushed me. I was a kid who hated practice. I know I probably shouldn't say that, but I hated practice and I would turn it on in games, and she always pushed me to get to that point in practice. So being able to kind of learn from her and respect her and the teachings that she did throughout the years were just great for me. Was really good to see because she means a lot to me. She's one of my favorites. She always will be, and she's probably the reason why I got into coaching. So
very cool. For those out there looking to get into college, like how do players get the attention of college coaches and get into colleges they want to see and stuff like that? Let's talk about that.
I think the biggest thing is contacting coaches, but when you contact them, making it personal. Have your emails stand out. The other thing is going to camps. If you go to their camps, you're going to they're going to see you right off the bat, especially if you're performing well at those camps. So there's someone that they're going to keep in contact with. And I would say the other thing is that when you're out playing in the summer and in high school ball, like just being a good teammate, being a good person, those are some things that I really pay attention to, and I know a lot of other coaches do, is that, you're not coming off the bench and throwing your helmet because you struck out, or you're not making your parents carry your bag at the end of the day. Those little things are huge to me. I have someone who's always had to earn everything I've gotten, so those are the kind of kids that I recruit and tend to gear my recruiting towards. So I think just making sure that like people are always watching.
Nice. Good work ethic. Okay.
Yeah.
So one little piece of advice. If you give one advice to up-and-coming softball players, young, what would it be?
Just work hard. I think that's a big miscue nowadays. I think that, and I think the other thing is parents, let them work hard. Let someone push them, let someone coach them. I think that's huge. A lot of people, I'm a parent, I've got 2 little boys, and knowing that I'll have someone who can coach them and push them and make them into little men, and be better at their sports is huge for me. I think that's a big miscommunication, is parents try to kind of take everything and be helicopter parents, and you've got to let them go. You've got to let somebody else coach them. Let them be pushed. It's going to only make them better.
Nice. You hear that? Let your kids be pushed. All right. All right. This is it here. So I guess you said it's your first year. So this is your first year at the spring games?
No, I've been to the spring games before.
How many years have you been?
Probably, probably like 10 to 12 years.
Wow,
now.
10 to 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been here a few times.
Okay. What's your most enjoyable moment, or what do you like best about it? I know you're sacrificing your spring break to come down here to beautiful, sunny Florida. It's tough.
Yeah.
What's your best part?
Best part is just coming out and seeing the teams come out and play and be excited about the weather. You're playing in the sunshine finally. You're not indoors. I know a lot of schools from up north, we're stuck indoors, or we're practicing outside when it's 35 degrees and trying to get some fly balls. So just coming down and see the excitement that my players have and go out and get ready to play from, being on the dirt for the first time usually, and in the sunshine. That's always a great moment for me.
All right, fantastic. You heard it from Coach Jackie here. All right, thank you much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you.